Good morning and welcome, RoseWardStampersDelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. I'm using my Stamp-A-Claus mug today since we're working with Christmas. I apologize if you're used to seeing me at 10 o'clock. I had to hop on early today because my mother-in-law has an appointment. So, seems like forever since I've been live. Last weekend I wasn't live because we did have my mother-in-law's 100th birthday party, which was absolutely wonderful. There was about 70 people. She was ecstatic. So we had a great time, and we all had company at our houses, so that's why I couldn't go live. But I hope you'll join me today and hop on, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. If you like that mug, check out StampersDelightShop.com, where you can find that mug and other stamping apparel. Good morning, Lisa. So check out my website there. Also, Donna Gray and I have the Basics of Card Making. That's a monthly group where we get back into the basics of card making, just like it says, and we've been having a blast with this. We have a lot of members, and we'd love to have you join. It's never too late to join, whether you've been stamping for years or a new stamper. There's something for everyone. Also, I announced my online card club, which is with the Traditions of Christmas for October. So all the links will be below later today when I get back from my appointment with my mother-in-law. Hey, Kim, I can't wait till next weekend. We have a girls' weekend coming up, and we are so looking forward to that. Hi, Mary Jo. Happy Friday. So thank you so much for tuning in. Let's switch the camera here. Let me grab my coffee again. We are going to be working with the Modern Christmas. That is the stamp set. Here are the dies. And of course it has some beautiful ribbon. And what I love are these hoops. So these hoops can be used for a lot of things, and you're going to see that. I'm also going to be using some gold shaker sequins, maybe, or at least showing those. And of course, let me bring in the paper, this beautiful black and white and gold foil paper. That's regular gold foil, which I will also be using. So let me show you a couple of samples first. Good morning, Margot. So this was a shaker card that I did with this stamp set. And of course I heat embossed. Now, if you don't know how to make a shaker card, just go to Stampers Delight here on YouTube and go to Stampers Delight and type in shaker cards. I've done a lot of these, so you will have the instructions for that. Here's another card I made with the ring. You can see it does add a little weight to your card, just so you know, but it's so beautiful. Hi, Maureen. This paper right here is our Silent Snowfall specialty paper, and it just goes so nice with this. And again, some heat embossing. I didn't put anything on the inside of that one. Here's another one where I cut out the inside here so that when you open it up, it's right there. Now I do have those circles left over, so I use those for other things. So this circle right here was the one I cut out right there, so you can use that for another project. And of course, the matching envelopes. I also made this really cute ornament. So it's hangs on your tree. This gold weave ribbon is actually on the last chance list, so go over and grab that now. I love this ribbon. I still have some of this silver that we had a few years ago. So let me flip that camera for a second and show you the ornament. Whoop, let's go over here. And then last but not least, because it was black and white, I did, let me just check something here. I'm not sure why that light is flickering, but okay, so here is a scrapbook page I made. Whoop. Because I had black and white pictures, I just thought this would look really nice. These are different holiday pictures that we had done, and I had printed them out in black and white, so I thought it would look really nice. So that's a quick scrapbook page that I did with that. Okay, are you ready to get started for today's project? All right, let's see. I'm going to bring in, I think I'll do this one in black first. So I'm just going to fold a half a sheet of black cardstock. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the black, but we're going to try it. My bone folder is somewhere over here. Here we go. All right. I'm going to bring in a piece of gold foil. And I think I'm going to bring in this paper too. So let's grab the paper trimmer. And the gold foil is already at 4 inches. I need that at 5 1/4. And this paper I am also going to cut. I'm going to cut this at 3 3/4. This is the free downloadable PDF you'll get later today. And I'm going to do that at 5. So I have the pieces I want here. Good morning, Tracy. I'm going to layer that gold right onto the top here. And I think I will do it this way. So when you cut your paper out, you're going to have some circles, which I like to layer this on there first. Let's get that straight. Come on. All right. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And the first thing I'm going to do is put a hole in the center of that. With this circle die. I'm going through 2 layers, so I want to run it up and down a couple of times. Hi, Renee. Now, because you're going through 2 pieces, you want to make sure that went all the way, and it did. So I can take those apart, or I can leave them together. But if I take them apart, I have 2 circles that I can use for another project. I'm going to bring in my black. I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to lay that right inside there because I want a hole right there also. Just want to make sure I have it straight. You can also glue it down so it doesn't move, which I might do. I think I got it pretty straight. You know what? I'm going to glue it down. For me, that's the easiest way so it doesn't move. So let's go ahead and glue that down first. I'm going to layer that right there. Okay. Then I'm going to take that circle die. I'm going to add it right in the center. And I am going to wheel it on through. Making sure that it went through okay. Which it did. And again, I have another circle I can use for something else. I'm going to put that aside for a minute. I am going to bring in the ornament die. And I want, where is it? The stars. So for this ornament, I cut out 4 of these and glued them together. For this project, I need 3. So I'm just going to layer that right on top there. See, I'm putting it right as close as I can so I save paper. Two, and I only need 3 for this project, so I'll do one more. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And for the inside here, we're going to grab a piece of white. And I am going to cut that at 4 inches. This one might be a little short here. Too short. I need another piece. Thought that was what I needed, but of course it's not. So let's cut this piece of white in half. And I'll save that for something else. I'm going to go in at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that is going to be the inside here. So you can see that hole there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do the inside piece because I'm going to do some heat embossing. I think I'm going to use the Merry Christmas. I'm using my Versamark. Now I don't want that to show through, so I want to see where I'm going to put that. I think up here it will fit. It might show through a little bit, but I'm going to put that all the way up here. Let me just see if that's going to show through. Nope. Well, just a little bit. Okay, forget that. We're going to switch that. We're going to use 'Tis the Season. Because I don't want that. I'm going to put it down here. Better yet. See, I change things as I go along. I'm going to bring in my heat tool. Let me just plug that in. And I am going to bring in my Wow Gold heat embossing. I'm using my embossing buddy around it so the pieces, so it doesn't stick. And then I am just going to put that on there. So this is a little technique for you if you've never done heat embossing. And I have my little brush. That's a tool kit that we have here. I'm just going to take some of that. Whoop, didn't mean to take that off. Boy, I'm batting 100 today. Okay, now I'm going to heat that up. Now we have tweezers so that you can hold on to that. I don't need those right now because I'm only doing this little piece. You're going to hear the noise. You're going to give it a couple of minutes to heat up. And then you're going to see it come to life. Now because you're heat embossing this, it does curl your paper a little bit. So a little trick after you see how it's curled a little bit, just heat it in the back. It'll straighten it out. I'm going to put that over here because I will be using that again. Okay, we'll put that aside. Now here's my 3 pieces. Now this is the exact same way you would do the ornament, but you would use 4. You can score it in the middle, but I like to actually fold it. I get a better edge that way. And I can really line it up. And then I'm going to do another one. Again, if you're just tuning in, sorry I had to hop on a little early today. Okay. And then these are actually going to go right on here. Some people don't use that last one. They would just stick it right on there, but I use it because it gives me a base. So let's bring in some glue. I'm using our liquid glue. And this is what I meant. It just gives me a base to put this on. You can use plain white if you want, but this way, if I don't get it exact, it's still showing black. Okay. Hi, Patty. Again, there's different ways you could do this. This is the way I like to do it. But if you don't want to use that extra piece, you don't have to. I think my glue is out. This might work though. Let's just take a, yeah, we got enough there. And then this last one, let me grab my other glue because that one's almost out. We're going to add some glue here. Okay, I probably didn't close it up, so I'll just stick a little needle in this to clean that out. There we go. Now it'll come out real fast. Oh. And I apologize. Let me just... Sorry. I didn't realize this wasn't plugged in. Boy, I'm really doing good this morning, aren't I? Let me plug this in. There we go. Okay. I didn't have my thing plugged in there. And then I'm just going to glue that like that. This is actually going to go right here. I want to make sure that it goes through. So I'm going to put that right there. Before I do that, though, I want a little bit of ribbon. And I'm just going to add some of that black right there. I'm going to cut a piece right here. I'm going to lay that right inside. So that will go right here. I'm going to flip that over, and on that base piece, I'm going to put some dimensionals so it really pops out. Using the last end piece here. I'm going to close my card up so I get it right where I want. And you have an ornament card like that. 3D. Now, when you mail it, you can lay it down flat, either way. But it's a pop-up card. So we will finish that off in a minute. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my next sentiment. Wishing you joy and peace. I'm going to grab a piece of white. Again, you're going to see the heat embossing. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. I'm just going to put this right here. I'm going to bring in that gold embossing. I like to flick it just to make sure I get it all off. We'll take that heat tool, Hi, Molly. Molly's on my team, and I would love to have you on my team and the Stampin' Up! Community. If you'd like to join us, we have so much fun. I have monthly chats, and we have, I do giveaways for my team members. So if you'd like more information on that, just email me or send me a message. Molly, don't we have fun? And of course, there's always training. One thing that a lot of people don't know is my monthly card club. If you're a team member, you get that video and PDF, that monthly one, free. Okay, we are going to cut this off. I think I need a new blade there. I'm just going to cut that off. I'm going to add that right there. Again, I'm going to go with dimensionals. And those might be too big, so let's see if I have some small ones. Doesn't look like I do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this end piece, which is perfect for sentiments. I'm going to add that right here. I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to take that black ribbon again. Ah, thanks, Molly. Yeah, if you'd like to get a discount on your stamping supplies, joining Stampin' Up! Community and my team is the way to go. That's why I joined 24 years ago, for the discount. Doesn't get any better than that. And all the perks that come with it, like you get to see the new product earlier, you get to order it earlier. Okay, we're going to cut that. I'm going to actually add that right there with a glue dot. Where's my take your pick tool? Over on the side here. I'm going to grab one of those take your glue dots. I'm going to add that right there. And last but not least, I'm going to take one of these circles and I'm going to add that right there. Now, I will tell you that the liquid glue works great for that. If you get a little on your card, don't worry. It does dry clear. I'm just adding a little liquid glue on that. And I'm going to just fold that over for a minute and put this on there. I'm then going to grab my envelope. And with this piece that I have left over, you can use either side. I'm going to do my envelope. Will it fit that way? No. So we'll do it this way. Whoop. No worries. It's just the lip of the envelope. Alrighty. Did everyone see on, I posted it on Facebook. I was playing with the Festive Friends yesterday. Oh my God, so stinking cute. So there I have a matching envelope, and on the front, I'm going to take one of those trees because I like them. Add that. Again, I'm bringing in my tray. I might need to add some more embossing powder. So today you get a fun fold and a technique. I'm just going to tap that off. Grab that little brush. Make sure there's none around here. Take my heat tool. Oh, thank you. And heat that up. This may not be dry all the way, but there you have a card and a matching envelope. I could put some of these little sequins on here, but I really don't think it needs it. They're little stars. I really think that the way it is right now is just the way I want it. How's that? You like that one? Okay, I will show the others again. Just remember, for the ornament, you're going to make 4 of those and glue them together. And then using that twine, tie it to the top with some ribbon. And you have an ornament for the tree or for a gift package. So let's do a card on the fly. Everybody knows how I like my card on the flies. We're going to use white for this. Fold that in half. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it, but we'll figure it out. I'd like to use these circles that I have. So maybe I will do that. I like to use up everything, or you could use these for tags. All right, let's see. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to cut this. For those of you who've never watched me before, the card on the fly is just that. I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't mean what I'm doing as far as stamping, but I don't know what I'm doing as far as making a project here. I'm just trying to use up my pieces. So we'll do that at 4 inches by 5 1/4. We'll put that right on top, I think. It's so much fun playing with black and white or just white with a little pop of gold. So we're going to add that right there. I've got all these cute little circles. So I can use up my scraps here. Molly, I started earlier tonight, this morning. So here's the thing. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I usually go on at 10 o'clock on Fridays, but I have an appointment today with my mother-in-law, so I had to hop on a little earlier. If you subscribe, you'll get a pop-up every time I go live. So let's start with this one. That's why you really need to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And again, what I'm doing is just using up those circles that I've had with other cards, that I did with the other cards. This one, yeah, I'll lay that one down flat too. All right, let's bring in, what else do I have here? I have another gold one, but I don't want to hide that. So we're gonna, I think, use the tree. Put that aside for a second. And grab a piece of white. Do a little heat embossing again. So Molly, I started about 15 minutes earlier today. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you know when I go live. I do like to go on the same time on Fridays, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Okay, we are going to Heat that up. Now, I also want to mention on these dies, because I obviously can't use all of them in one video. You have the circle, you have the trees, you have a star, which is on that scrapbook page, another tree, and then you have these little things that are for the ornament, and all these cute little items. So there is a lot with this bundle. I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. I'm going to cut that out. As soon as I find the top to the... Where is it? I laid it over here somewhere. Does anybody see it? Oh my goodness. Is it under here? No. Oh, there it is. Everything gets buried. I have everything set up nice and neat, but once I get crafting, it's like my desk, my crafting desk. Everybody can relate to that, I'm sure. Cut that out. Good morning, Dawn. We have another team member on. Dawn, I was just talking about our team, how great they are, and also our team chats and my giveaway. My team, when they post on our team Facebook page each month, one of their projects, they get a chance at getting free rewards from me. Okay, so we're going to take this piece. I'm going to grab my dimensionals again. Dawn, we're doing a card on the fly, so I'm just going with it. Going along as I go, I'm figuring it out. And let's see. I think I'll use black this time. And I think I will use the Merry Christmas. Bring in a piece of white again, which I have right here. Again, it's a scrap piece. I'm going to do another little technique for you, for anybody that's never seen it, which is fussy cutting. I'm just going to cut that right off. Some people love fussy cutting, others don't. I find it very relaxing. Just going around the edges, leaving a little white. You want a little white around the words. Get that out of the way before I get my fingers in it. I'm going to grab some more dimensionals. So again, if you're tuning in, I did hop on earlier today. But you can watch the replay. Definitely let your friends know about my YouTube channel. Going to add that right there. And then I'm going to take the black and white. I don't know if I like that there. What do you think? I actually think I might like it down further, but I've already glued it down. So, well, this is a card on the fly, so you never know how it's going to turn out. We just craft together and wait and see. Where do I want to put this? I think I'll put it right there. Or do I like it better there? Which way? Should I put it there? Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I did start early today. Sorry about that. But again, my mother-in-law has an appointment. My 100-year-old mother-in-law. God love her. I'm going to take this. Put it there. Put that right on the top. I just want something down here, and I'm not sure what I want to do there. So I'm thinking another sentiment would be fine. Nothing says you can't have two sentiments or you can't have more than one. I'm going to actually use this scrap piece again. And I'm going to cut that. I'm going to stamp that right there. And then I'm just going to cut this out. Now, I don't cut very straight, so bear with me. I could use my paper cutter, paper trimmer. It's pretty thin, so let's see if I can do it. Not too shabby. I'm going to flip that over, and I am going to grab, again, the outer edge of this because it's the size I want. Hello, Linda. Yes, 100. So it's been pretty busy here. Let me take that off. I like it. So I have two sentiments. That's not a problem. Got the little bow there. I'm going to open it up and use 'Tis the Season. And we'll grab that tree again. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy. I appreciate that. And there I have a card on the fly. Using my scraps, other than the base card, this is all using scraps. So you don't throw your scraps out. You can definitely use those for other projects. So let me bring in the other cards in case you're just tuning in. This is the card that we did just now. You can see the ring, and this opens up like that. Ta-da! And it lays flat for mailing. Yes, it's a little added weight with that hoop. The other cards that I've done was this one. And of course we have this one. And again, using scraps. I did this one, and then the inside pieces, I used that circle there, but the rest of the circles that I had used were here. Then we have the shaker card with the star and all those little star sequins. Again, if you'd like to see a shaker card, just go to Stamper's Delight on YouTube and type in shaker card. I have several out there. We have the ornament, which I explained how to make because it's very similar to this. And I love making handmade ornaments. I have a tree, a little Christmas tree up in my spare room, which is my kids' room, as I call it. And it's all handmade ornaments from years gone by. And then here is my black and white with a touch of gold scrapbook page that I did with some black and white pictures that I had from different holiday. They're all Christmas, but they may not have been all the same year. but it was during the holidays. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Linda. Hi, Cindy. Thank you. Hi, Donna. I really hope you enjoyed today's Fun Fold Friday, and definitely take a second look at that modern Christmas bundle or suite. It is the online exclusives. And if you need help ordering, just let me know. If you need a catalog and you're in the US and you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to work with you. So just shoot me off an email. And I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you for, me going on early and everybody still joining me. So until next time, keep on stamping, stampers. Bye. Oop. P.S. The downloadable PDF will be on my newsletter later, so you have time to join my newsletter. And also all the cards will be on my Facebook page, my blog, and my newsletter.